So Challenger 2 is not as fast as the Leopard, and its gun is getting slightly older. It's not firing the most up-to-date ammunition. However, what Challenger 2 has got is got a lot of additional armour, and it's got the capacity to carry even more armour, which makes it a very protected tank. So much like a boxer in the ring, the Challenger 2 can take hits and continue to fight, whereas other tanks around the world may be knocked out after one round. I'll take you through the tank now, and we'll start with going through the running gear. As you can see here, we've got 6 main road wheel stations, and our suspension on the Challenger is what's called a hydrogas suspension system. This gives the tank a better ride across country, and it also provides a better stable firing platform for the main gun, which ultimately makes the gun more accurate. It allows the fire control computer to have to do less work and keeping the gun on the target designated by the gunner. The pack is a Cummins CV12 engine with approximately 1200 horsepower and a 26 litre capacity. So here you can see the exhaust of the tank. When we go into battle, we'll fit additional louvers that direct the heat that comes from the main engine to the rear of the tank. That reduces the infrared signature of the vehicle from the front and makes the vehicle harder to detect by the enemy. On the exhaust lever here, we also have what's called we have a diesel injection spout that sprays essentially neat diesel onto our hot exhaust. What this does is allows us to rapidly create a smoke screen, and this helps us when we're moving through urban areas, and it also provides us with a rapid smoke screen we can deploy in support of the infantry to give them cover from view as they move from cover to cover, especially around buildings, so they can move without being seen by the enemy. We've fitted the Challenger with both artificial scrim and live camouflage, which we've cut down off the training area. When we go out and we are deployed, if the tank's static for a long period of time and it's in a hide, we will fit thermal camouflage around it to reduce the thermal signature, the infrared signature of the vehicle. And we pay attention to the tracks because they get very hot from driving all day. And if you look at a tank, any tank through thermal, you'll pick it up because it'll have red hot road wheels on a thermal camera. So this is the driver's compartment here. As soon as the tank deploys onto exercise or operation, the driver is closed down and he almost lies, it's almost a lying down position, and he drives with essentially 2 sticks to control the left and the right track. You can see here we've got the Challenger 2's main armament. It's a 120mm rifled L7 gun. It can either fire the armour-piercing fin stabiliser Scardin Sabo APF SDS. Fin rounds are designed for defeating main battle tanks and heavily armoured vehicles. The muzzle velocity is about 1900 metres per second, so when we fire operational ammunition, there's quite a big kick on the tank when it fires. We can also fire the Hesh round, which is a shell, 120mm high explosive squash head, and we'll use that against APCs, infantry fighting vehicles or bunkers. Down here you can probably just see it sticking out. We've got the what we call the coax, and that's a coaxially mounted chain gun, and that fires 7.62 ammunition, and we generally use that on Soskin vehicles, so for either engaging transport, trucks or dismounted infantry. Wherever the main armament points and the sights point, the coax can point as well, so we can rapidly switch from engaging a tank at 2 kilometres to engaging infantry at close range, anything from 200 metres onwards. Left and right of the turret you can see the multi-barrelled smoke grenade dischargers. These are operated by the commander. There's 5 each side, and they will fire a bank of 5 off each side. It will create a rapid smoke screen that can help deflect laser beams if the tank has been targeted by either a laser rangefinder or a laser beam riding missile. It helps break the lock on the missile, which hopefully will defeat any incoming missiles from hitting the tank. This is what we call our remote weapon station, and it's not fitted now, but there will be a machine gun fitted on here, and this can be controlled by the operator inside. These were fitted for Iraq. It provides the vehicle with another sensor because it's got a thermal sight mounted on it, and also a visual sight as well. It allows close-in protection of the vehicle, and it's especially useful in urban areas as well. It allows, whilst the tank crew are all closed down, to protect themselves from snipers, it allows the operator to scan certain arcs where the gunner can't bring the whole main armament to bear because of the length of the barrel in confined areas. So here you've got the gunner's primary sight and the commander's primary sight. Gunner's primary sight essentially is on this box here. It's got armoured doors on it to protect you from being destroyed by artillery. Here you've got the commander's primary sight, and that's independent from the gunner's sight, which allows the gunner to scan the main arcs of the tank, and the commander can scan arcs to the left and right And if he identifies a target that the gunner hasn't seen, he can quickly take over the gun, bring the gunner onto a new target, allow him to engage, and then the commander can switch to a different arc and look for targets in a different area of the battlefield. We call this hunter-killer, and it allows the targeting system of the tank to work a lot quicker, identifying, designating and destroying targets. Clearly the only limitation is how quickly the loader can load the gun inside.